Let's move on to the next main topic today. And the next major topic today comes to us from Lewis with a 5, who writes, do you think we would ever get a third Independence Day film, as it was rumored after the second one came out and the film did leave it open for a sequel? All right. Speaking of completely horrible movies, Independence Day Resurgence. What a train wreck. One of the worst, I'd say top 20 worst wide release Hollywood films of all time. Like, you just run out of words to describe just how bad this movie is. Because I'm telling you, my friends, it was brutal. Just awful movie. Terrible, terrible movie. And yeah, so there you go. Now, of course, Emmerich, the director, he had plans to do 2 or 3 more Independence Day movies, starting with Independence Day Resurgence. We, of course, have heard nothing since. However, the assumption has been, well, we're never going to see another Independence Day movie again, but believe it or not, there is still a possibility we may get another Independence Day movie. There's 2 important reasons why we may still get another Independence Day movie. Number 1, the director Emmerich has not given up on it. I heard recently that Emmerich is still very much would like to do another one. He would still very much like to do another one and is apparently still trying to convince people to let him do another one. As long as he keeps pushing, the hope remains alive that we could get another one. There is still hope that we could get another one. Now, the other reason we have to accept that it's still possible, not however unlikely, it is still possible we could get another Independence Day movie, is because our common understanding is that Independence Day Resurgence was a massive financial flop. Well, in reality, it wasn't. You see, Independence Day Resurgence cost $160 million to make. That means, if you make around $400 million, you've pretty safely broken even. The fact of the matter is, Independence Day Resurgence almost made $400 million. Like, it made over $380 million. So while it was not a big moneymaker by any stretch of the imagination, it also was not the colossal flop that a lot of us seem to think it was. Critically, it was a colossal flop. Quality-wise, it was a colossal flop. But the reality is, when it comes down to money, if it did not break even, it came really close to breaking even. So it was not this Titanic-sized flop. Well, Titanic is the greatest movie, but it was not this massive Titan-sized flop that we all seem to just commonly accept that it was. It wasn't. It actually may have actually broken even. So when you take those 2 things into consideration, the recognizability, add on top of that the recognizability of the IP, and then you understand that, well, the last one almost broke even, and the director still really wants to do it. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, it is not 100% certainty that we're not going to get another Independence Day movie. I think it is still possible, however unlikely. I would set the over-under at like as high as 15%. I know a lot of people would say it'd be like 1%. I'd say 15%. A solid 15% chance we're going to get another Independence Day movie at some point. Again, that means it's an 85% chance that we won't, but I just think there's more of a chance than most people give it credit for. All right, let's move on to the final.